Were you concerned at what happened after his death?
Oh, you mean the riots in the street?
The riots in the street and the fact that the movement seemed to flounder?
Well, that's the floundering was it. But you see, it said that our enemies are right in killing Martin. Is that I just had faith that we would do more coming back together a lot quicker, but we didn't, right? Haven't, right? Is that, but the thing we haven't been able to do is to deal with what the issue is. You see, you can't organize people unless there's a need. Remember, everything, see, is that the only reason for a vision is to deal with a need. The only reason, the only thing that makes leadership possible is that you are organizing around that need. Huh? It's not your vision they're organized around, they're organized around that need, all right? So your vision, you have a vision because of the need. Hmm? They operate, they work because of what? They got a need, right? Is that, so you become the leader because the guy who knows how will always have a job, but the guy who knows why will always be his boss. Hmm? You see what I'm saying? It's that dynamic that becomes most important. And it always comes down to that, right? Eventually it's going to come down to that. And then who's willing to stick it out for the vision? That's why I start with my grandparents, my mother and my grandmother, right? Is that they stuck it out during all those years, during depression, during poverty, and all of the rest of it, right? Because they had a vision of what they wanted for their family and for their future beyond their lives, right? That's what it's about. Look, I just want you to look at my ring, right? Mm-hmm. This is the family. This is our family crest, right? Is that, you see back here? Mm-hmm. That's slavery. Just a few bright stars in the utter darkness, right? And what we did was to farm the land, but we farmed it under peonage and slavery. And then when we came out of slavery, we began to do what? We began to buy farms because that's what we knew. All right? And we didn't have to work we could work for ourselves, and we were doing that. We were winning. Then comes a depression. But all the time we were switching over to what? To books, to knowledge. We were switching all during this time. That's why my great uncle, and right down the line, and why my parents were so committed to the fact that no matter what happened, that's what was going to happen to me. All right? And that I, for my children, and if you notice right above it, I've placed these clouds. That's imagination going with education. It's not just books. It's the imagination that goes with education to create something beyond it. That's the vision. All right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then here is that the sun's coming up on a new day, right? And if you notice, it creates a cross. And that's what undergirded us in slavery. That's what undergirded us in peonage and coming out of it into owning our own stuff, right? That's what undergirds intellectual life, and that's the only way that we get to the new day that we really hope for. That's why nonviolence becomes tremendously important, right? It has to be a spiritual thing.